like I've been asked, what is a great quality for a good leader? I believe honesty, perseverance, and of course, someone who is accountable for all his actions in government, someone who is willing to stand up for my issues as a trans woman, and someone who is willing to promote all issues about women, especially inclusiveness of women in parliament.
What do I see in a leader or political party? I want a leader to be accountable and transparent, and the most importantly, the person who's elected is sensible. He has broader knowledge on different types of issues, different area. He's knowledgeable in different area. There's so much things out there that we need to be addressed. Since I'm advocating for women with disabilities, I am focused on persons with disability. Like most of the people don't have any knowledge on disability. This is my personal opinion. Whoever is in power should not be going in a luxury car, but they should be traveling by public transport. They should access public hospital, use public facilities. Then they'll be able to know what people are facing. Because they cannot be sitting in an aircon office, going in an aircon car, going to private hospital. They won't know how it feels to sit in a CWM hospital, how it feels to be a disabled and travel by taxi, be transferred from a wheelchair to a taxi or travel by bus with a last step. They will never experience unless and until they access the public transport. So they need to come out and experience, and I believe a leader should be experienced also in their daily life. Whatever they are advocating for, whatever they're talking about, they should have an experience in it. Because once you're experienced, you will understand what you're talking about. That's why they always say, nothing about us without us.
With the elections coming up, some of the values that I'm looking for in our leaders would be accountability and transparency. That's something that is most important to me, especially as I'm looking forward to be working in the media in my future. I would like a more transparent government where we can hold them accountable for their actions, for what they've declared, and comparing that with what they've done so far for us. I'd like that the limitations on our rights and freedoms be lifted, that the human rights will be enshrined in our policies, and that will be more, that all the policies that are passed will be more inclusive of women, despite of different genders and sexual orientation, and just making sure that that our minority groups are not discriminated against. I also want press freedom, media freedom, for our media to have reign again, to inform the people and give out fair and balanced news, so that people be informed and that they know what's going on, and that they're more informed on who they want in parliament and in government. So that's something that I hope that our next leaders would make sure that happens.
What I look for in a good leader is a person that speaks less and does more work. And I think that 4 years in government is a short period of time, and I would expect them within these 4 years to do as much work as possible, and for them not to make excuses and say that this is the reason why we are not able to address this is the reason why we are not able to address this situation. But then what step have they taken in addressing that issue is what I'm more interested in. And I would encourage other women, other trans women, marginalized people to choose the right person, choose the right people whom they think would represent their voice would be their voice in government.